Hey everybody, Roxabox90 here, back with a banned and restricted ban list update, and this is not only for the more modern standard legacy vintage formats, but it's also for formats that don't see quite as much spotlight, such as Dual Commander. For those who don't know, Dual Commander is a 1 versus 1 commander format, which is highly aggressive and highly competitive as compared to the multiplayer style format. So just so you're not confused, the Dual Commander list here is not the same one as your multiplayer list. So the one that just had Prophet of Kruvix ban, that's the multiplayer list. The Dual Commander list is very different. Just going to run through for both of those. Hopping right in, Wizards, what did you do? Oh my gosh, you actually changed things up in a significant way. Eye of Ugin is banned. This is not a surprise. Why is not a surprise, you say? Because Eldrazi is broken insanity in Modern. So what are we doing in Modern? We're getting rid of Eye of Ugin. Why Eye of Ugin over Temple? Because Eye of Ugin, it shifts the non-interactive curve for Eldrazi. Eldrazi deck's curve is lower, it's much more effective, and it allows for much more explosive non-interactive wins. Whereas Eldrazi Temple, while still insane, I think Eldrazi will still be playable, not quite as ridiculous. So Eye of Ugin, goodbye. Thank you for all the Commander players. Now you can get your Eye of Ugins for a normal $10 price. Ancestral Vision is unbanned. I personally did not see this coming. I had a thought about Sword of the Meek, which is the other card we're mentioning here, but Ancestral Vision I really did not see coming at all. It does make sense when you think about it, though, because Bloodbraid Elf is banned, so you don't have to worry about the Cascade insanity. There's no Shardless Agent in Modern. It's only in Legacy, which means it prevents the Cascade from, or decks relating with Cascade, to crazy take advantages. There are certain cards. You do have Snapcaster Mage. This has a mana cost of 0. Snapcaster Mage, hello. To draw 3 cards, instant speed, it's kind of ridiculous. But the other thing, it also works well. You have Talaria West, which is a fantastic tutor-style effect for this kind of card. I think that, and those are just off the top of my head, literally off the top of my head, I think this card has very high likelihood of seeing play. It's literally the Ancestral recall of Modern, and I think that this is the kind of card that would be, that they were originally worried about would be way out of control, and here, in the current format, the way things are, I think it'll be very good, not broken. Sword of the Meek, I never was particularly concerned about. I think Wizards was concerned in terms of the format. If the format wasn't fast enough, or if it was more a combo style arena, then this card may be a little bit on the faster side of combos to nail and get off. There's a lot of ways to make it work, but my main point with it is it's the kind of card that in the current format, it's going to mix things up. The decks are still slower. It's not going to be broken, I don't think. It'll be interesting to see how much of an impact it makes. Now, realize both of these have had huge price spikes. Ancestral Vision particularly is up to, I think, almost $50 on TCG, maybe even more. Sword of the Meek, as an uncommon, was up to about $20 last I checked. This is buy list hype, especially Sword of the Meek. We have Eternal Masters, we have Conspiracy 2, we have Commander. Both these cards fit into any of those sets. I would not risk dumping for a buy list price. It's definitely inflated. I would wait, unless you desperately need to play a deck involving these cards, I would wait at least 2 to 4 weeks. Let the market settle, let things be evaluated. Let's see if there's any good decks that could actually work with this in a way that'll keep the price solvent at that level. I think it'll probably dip down, and if it's reprinted, both of these I think have a high chance. Price is going to drop. Lodestone Golem is restricted. Just one more win condition from Workshop decks that are being slowly attempting to make Workshop not as consistently powerful as it's been. I think it's a fine restriction. It's not banned, it's restricted. So you can still use 1 copy, but it'll just act as one of the many win conditions for the deck, just less consistent and less annoying. Because if this card lands on, say, turn 1, that's just stupid in any format. Dual Commander. The main thing here to note, you can read through the full articles. Both of these articles will be linked in the description. The main thing to note here is that Dual Commander is 1v1, very competitive, fairly quick environment as compared to multiplayer. The main problem, of course, is this tends to lead to control-related decks and or decks that rely on being able to hold out to the mid-later game, and or being very, very aggressive ramp-style decks, which requires a lot of green. So green and blue tend to take over the format, and they've been consistently thinking about this in the ban list. that is why they've done a bunch of changes. First off, Tasigur the Golden Fang, you remember this guy, he's insane. He's just amazing. He's been around a long time in terms of this format, and I think they just realized there's too much effectiveness in this deck. The fact that you also protect him, you have blue within the deck colors, that's just too much. So he's going away, thank goodness. He's on the Wanderer Bard. I had actually not seen this card in action that much, even though it did win multiple top 8s, as has been noted in other forum posts that I saw. I guess if he stabilizes, then you have a very, very effective chance to just overrun your opponent in terms of advantage. There's lots of interactive synergistic pieces with him, and it's very easy to build up a very powerful board state that quickly wins you the game. He's also just one of these mono green commanders, and I think that they're trying to minimize that, so he's gone. Gaia's Cradle is banned. Why this card wasn't banned from forever ago, I don't know. It's insane in multiplayer. In 1v1, it's bonkers, and especially for these aggressive style ramp decks. I'd say thank goodness it's gone, no problem. Then they also have this thing called the Watchlist. I'm just noting here, I like the Watchlist a lot. The Watchlist is, hey guys, these aren't banned, but if you go into these cards, just realize there is a chance these are on the cutting board for getting banned in the future. This is really good for the players. Not good for the speculators, not good for stores, but good for the players, because it would allow you to build out your favorite deck and be aware of things that are on the minds of people who control the ban list. So for example, Marith Will of the Wild, strong commander. Main thing to note here is he's scalable. That's why they want to be careful with him. If he's too aggressive and too scalable, he's a problem. Animar Soul Element, same way, builds up very quickly, lets you cheat things, effectively cheat powerhouse build into function. Narset and Light Master, when these tap out, all advantage, and Janara, Juror of War, has blue for a very aggressive style commander, often Voltron, and it's just having those color combinations with that kind of commander is pretty dangerous. And these are all also, well, except for Narset, that they're 3-cost commanders, much like Isan, which is why, in terms of how effective and how quick they are, that's what they're concerned about, the commanders just taking over. Cataclysm is removed from the watch list, which means it, for white, which is one of the least played colors in this format, white doesn't have to worry about losing one of its most effective turnaround cards. I think that's fine. But all in all, this is the ban list update. Let me know what you guys think about this across formats. Love to hear your thoughts as well. If you enjoyed the video, please tap that like button. If you're new to the channel, check in and subscribe. As always, Roxabox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.